Welcome to the Expanding Your Search and Stopping for Directions podcast with Brent Bailey. And at the tech booth, Jody Cook-Bailey and Luke Cardiel. We are growing our circles of connections and knowledge together with encouraging conversations and positive communications. And now, Brent Bailey.
And it is Monday, October the 5th. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Expanding Your Search and Stopping for Directions. It's Brent Bailey, and it is another wonderful day. We are here on what is going to be a great show. We have one of the business gurus. I mean, she's an entrepreneur from Southern California, and syndicated talk show host Sue Fries is going to be our guest today on the program. Right now, though, I'm joined over at the tech booth by Jody and by Luke. Guys, let's get this show underway, shall we? All right.
Let's do it.
It is Monday, and hopefully you're having a great day where you are. It should be more than just a sad, droopy day.
Monday doesn't have to be a bad thing.
No.
Shouldn't.
No.
It shouldn't.
No.
Shouldn't. I mean, I understand it because everybody's starting a new week. I get it. But
Yeah, it's blank slate, baby.
Yep.
make what you want of it.
Exactly.
Yes, it's National Make What You Want of It Day. We just made that up.
Submit it as a holiday.
I could. It says we can. So.
All right. Well, listen, there's a lot to talk about today, and I know that so many folks probably didn't know that there was anything happening over the weekend.
Not at all.
That's sarcasm.
Yes, it is.
It was National Taco Day yesterday.
Yes,
Wow.
it was.
Why wasn't
we
it?
missed that.
Why wasn't it on Monday?
But you know what, babe? It's National Taco Day almost every day.
Yeah, every
for
day.
us.
Every day is National Taco Day.
But I'd like to eat healthy during the week.
I know you do.
Like today, I'm doing intermittent fasting. Usually Monday through Friday, I do intermittent. I usually don't eat breakfast and lunch. And I would have loved to have had tacos.
I know, lots of tacos.
So anyway, it's
But
Are you
did have a
crunchy
good
or
dinner.
soft taco person?
yes.
But you did have a good dinner.
Boy,
Remember,
I did.
you
Jody
did.
did a good job last night. She made a lobster po' boy
Yes.
and lobster bisque.
Never
soup.
done before.
It was
for
good.
me.
She did good. I don't eat sandwiches very
I
often.
didn't make the lobster bisque. Publix did. But
Okay.
I'm just
She
making
did.
sure everyone knows. Oh, wow.
You
she
did the
has a
Publix run, though. You went up there. And,
I did.
and
You
I
mean
absolutely
across
did.
the street? She
Yeah.
went in. Wow.
Yeah,
she
exactly.
went right over
Wow.
there. So anyway,
It was good.
so but also over the weekend, of course, everybody's talking about President Trump
Yes.
being in the hospital for COVID, and is it what has his condition been like? Some people are like, haha, I told you so.
Right.
Other people are like, pray for the president. There's been a lot of back and forth. People are talking all kinds of stuff, and here's the way I feel about it. It is, we've said from all along, COVID's a very real thing. It is.
Yep.
It is something you shouldn't mess around with, and you should take precautions. But at the same time, people are getting it even if they do take the precautions. So let's
Right.
just pray for everybody.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
of course we're praying for he and Melania to get completely recovered from it. And but we'd be praying for the Bidens if it was them. So I mean,
Absolutely.
we just believe in
Absolutely.
praying for everybody. So
Yes.
Yeah, we don't want anyone sick.
No,
that's right.
not at all.
That's right. We don't.
It's terrible.
So anyway, so that's a lot going on. But there's lots of other things that are national holidays today.
Yes,
and
there are.
so
So, yeah, you want to hear it?
not holidays. That's
Not
the wrong
holidays.
term. National days.
National days, National Day calendar.
National
Says-
extravaganza.
Yeah, okay, we can submit that too. National Get Funky Day. Get funky.
What does that mean? Does that mean get smelly? Because that's what the word funk actually
Yeah, that is
started
true.
off.
That is true. But I
meaning
think
smelly.
I think of
In fact-
1970s.
Well, yes, music-wise,
Yeah.
with a lot of bass in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
And
if you listen,
guitar with the wah-wah pedal. That.
A wah-wah pedal.
all right, that works. George Clinton probably made it
Yeah.
the most famous funky. But if you remember in Thriller, which I know we're getting into the Halloween season.
Yes.
Oh, taboo. But anyway, the funk of 40,000 years.
Yes.
And most people overlooked that, but he was talking about the smell
The
of
smell,
rotting corpses. Yeah.
exactly.
So,
Yeah.
So anyway, it is Get Funky Day. It's not to get smelly. It's to actually go out and have fun and be funky.
So it's not
Strut.
listen to George Clinton all day?
You could do
Or
You
that.
Sly and
could,
the Family
absolutely.
Stone?
Sly and the Family Stone, or whoever. Just
Parliament
go.
Funkadelic?
Yep.
Yep.
Roger, Zapp and Roger. Just the Gap Band.
Oh,
Turn
ooh.
on XM radio.
Whoever it is. Who's your favorite funk
70s
band?
Ooh, yeah.
Right below us right
There's
now.
so
Go ahead,
many
let us
good
know.
ones.
Hit us up on who is your favorite funk band
I can't
for Get
say
Funky
what
Day.
mine
Why?
is.
Why?
I don't know.
You don't know enough of the names?
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably say something like, they're not funky. But
Sly and the Family Stone is definitely my number one.
Pretty funky.
Yeah.
I have to give it to George Clinton, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
Keep
so,
that funk alive.
So moving on, the National State Day
Oh, yeah,
today
it's Monday,
yeah,
so
it's
it's
Monday,
National
Rhode
National Day.
Island.
Rhode Island Day. Well,
Shout
the
out
smallest state
yeah,
in the union.
shout out to
Happy
those
Rhode
from
Island
Rhode
Day for
Island.
all of our
It's your
friends that
day.
are listening up there. It's a good day for you.
It is.
Let us know if you're listening from there.
Yeah.
All right.
What do you do on National Rhode Island Day? Eat some clams or something?
I have a lobster po' boy.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't
have a
know.
lobster.
I don't
That
know.
lobster po' boy. Maybe I felt something in the spirit last night.
Maybe you did.
Decided to go do that. So.
And then it's also National Do Something Nice Day.
Oh,
Do something nice.
Listen to me. We have been fortunate to have such good national days during this time.
Yeah,
because,
absolutely.
man alive, they're so relevant and so right on. Right now is the time that we should be being nice to each other.
Yeah.
Who cares? Somebody posted a meme the other day that said, "It's okay if you don't vote the same way I do. That's called being an adult."
Exactly.
Wow, that's so
Yeah,
relevant. So
yeah.
let's be nice to each other. There are houses right now where the husband and wife are voting different. There are
Right.
children and parents that are voting different. There are plenty of people out there, churches that have people that feel
Yeah.
one way or the other. And here's the way I feel about it. That is not an excuse to be mean or cut
Exactly.
people off or be. Listen to me. Be nice. People have their own beliefs, and it's not because they're bad or ignorant. It's because of where they are in their journey right now.
Yes.
So we're just nice.
Yes. Be
We're
nice.
just nice, and we're not trying to change anybody or do anything. We're just nice, and so that's great. National Be Nice Day.
Yes, absolutely. And in being nice, maybe National Apple Betty Day.
Ooh, now what is that? What is that? I saw that and I was kind of
I
interested.
mean, I'm curious to see. It's like a national apple. Isn't it apple brown Betty? Like it's a dessert.
I have no idea.
It's sweet aroma of apples baked in cinnamon and oats. It's like a cobbler. It's known as the apple.
We'll have some of that. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. You say that. Yeah, we'll have some.
I'm just saying
Yeah.
I would have that. if it
You
was
would
here,
have that. Yeah. It's
good.
It's yummy.
Sounds
Yes.
delicious.
So that National Consignment Day.
Oh yeah, we were talking about
Yeah,
this
we
too.
were talking about that. Yeah.
Most
You had a
folks would
question, right?
never shop at a
Consignment store.
consignment shop, but some of the best deals and clothes
Yeah.
that people have kind of left out or forgotten or moved on. You can find really
Lots
cool
of great
stuff
deals.
there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially around Halloween. It's
Yeah.
a good place to find a good guy,
Yeah.
So
it is.
So National
Amazon in a way is a online consignment shop.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a
I
lot
would
of
think that's
things.
more eBay
Stitch Fix.
than it would be.
There's
Amazon.
a lot
can
of.
you
You can do
used-
drop shipping and stuff on
Yeah,
Amazon.
you can.
Can you sell used things?
Yeah,
on Amazon?
well, I think so. You can.
Yeah, people sell. That's how they started. Was a
Yeah.
used bookstore.
Oh, well, I was not aware of that.
Well, now you are.
Wow, interesting.
And then
Interesting.
the last one is National Child Health Day. We like to celebrate National Child Health Day. We like healthy children,
Yes, we do.
right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. It is very important to keep your children healthy. So make sure they're taking their vitamins.
That's right. Supplement
Vitamin
them up.
C,
Give them the big giant
yes.
handful of vitamins every day.
That's
Yes.
what my mom would do to me.
Oh
She
my
gave me like a
gosh.
plastic bag.
I take 3 servings of vitamins a day, and
Yes, you
the
do.
first one is as big as my hand.
Yeah,
So,
and Preston, our oldest, he
Yep,
takes
he
about
takes 'em as
that
well.
much too. So,
anybody
keep your children
were you a
healthy.
Flintstone kid growing up? Dropping it,
Oh,
10,
yeah, I was.
10 million
Yeah.
strong and growing.
Yeah,
Right
10
there.
million strong and growing.
They should sponsor the show.
Yes, we need to make a list of those that we mentioned.
Flintstones. All right.
So yeah, so those are our days.
Those are the days.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's
Those are
time
the
to
days.
expand your search. And today on the program, I've got a great guest for you. If you live in the Southern California area and you're obviously familiar with KKLA, which is one of the faith-based radio stations there, Christian radio stations, her show is heard every Saturday evening at 6 o'clock. On KKLA. It's also syndicated around the world and, of course, on the World Wide Web. She is a professional businesswoman in the industry of extermination, and it sounds terrible when I said it, like insect termination. She is known as the Termite Lady on Twitter and on Instagram, but she also is the host of the Sue Fries Show on KKLA in LA. So please welcome to the program today a good friend of ours. I had the privilege of being on the show, on her show this last Saturday. Please welcome Sue Fries to the program. Sue, hey, there she is in her office. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much for having me.
Man, it's such a pleasure for you to be here. It really does mean a lot for us to, we know that so many of you have, our guests have so much going on, and to take the time out of a busy day during the middle of a work day like it is, it really means a lot to us. So, first of all, how have you been doing since COVID? We haven't seen you since Hawaii, when the world was starting to shut down. How have you been?
Great. That Hawaii trip was amazing, and you get all revved up and everything. And we were hearing of the news of what was happening back home and wondering if we should just stay in Hawaii instead of coming back.
There would have been worse places to get stranded, right?
Yeah, there is definitely worse places.
All right. So I know that your Twitter handle is a little funny. It's the Termite Lady. And I almost had to do a double check when I was working on the contact for you for that. Tell us a little bit about your Twitter handle and, of course, the business that you have there in LA.
Yeah, I joke about it, but I say I'm a licensed killer, and we kill bugs. And I've been in the business for 40 years, and people always ask me how I got involved in it, and I married into it, and then I was operations manager for 20 years in that business and learned a lot about how to do the business. And then I decided that I needed to branch out because my son, who's now 38, was born with, in 2 years, asthma. And so I was looking for an alternative to the normal traditional methods of getting rid of bugs, and came up with a company that uses Mother Nature to take care of the problem. And so that's where it started. And the Termite Lady, people kept saying, oh, you're the Termite Lady when I'd be at a party or something. And I'm like, oh, that's stuck. So I have crystal like belts that say Termite Lady on it. And so it's just been kind of my deal. And I trademarked it. So I'm the one and only Termite Lady in the entire world.
What a brilliant move. I mean, if you're going to, you embrace it because it's obviously, it has character. And then you just trademark it so nobody else can use it.
But
Brilliant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. I mean, nobody will ever forget that. I mean,
yeah.
It's there forever. So now you did a big turnaround in the business. I know that in your bio, it talks about how it was doing okay. But then when you took over, you really did a big turnaround and made it even more profitable than it was.
Yes, I can't take full credit. I mean, it starts with getting a team together. And, when I first started in the company, there were a lot of men in the business, and I was one of 10 originally in the business that held the licensing I held. So it's been a fun journey. And I always joke about not having to wait for the restroom when we go to conventions, because it's mostly men. So I never have to wait to use the restroom. That's changing though. But getting started, I had to gain respect from the employees that were at the business. And so I just got the coveralls on and I said, show me your worst accounts and let's go look at them and see what we can do to fix it. And so I tried to get, people to respect and to understand that I was there to work with them, that I wasn't this chick, like, who's this chick? What does she know? And so I gained, I think, respect in just getting to the level in which they were working in and the troubles they were facing. And side by side, we worked out the details. And I think that's a life lesson right there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was
And-
going to say, I know that let's back up just a little bit, because I know that you are a competitive dancer,
Yes.
which was worlds different from being an exterminator. So you really did a great job of bridging the gap and then becoming more than just, oh, this is just a chick, like you say, like just a lady. You're now, a respected name in the business. So you start off gaining that respect. What were some of the steps that you did besides putting on the overalls and saying, show me your worst accounts? What were some of the things you did?
Well, I think employees are their number one most important thing is your employees, and making sure that you're in agreement somewhat with them. But I also use biblical principles in my workplace. I mean, everything I do, those that do well with little, they get more. And I could show you different ways in which we utilize that principle. But I do let people know my beliefs. I let them know that I'm praying for them. And I think it's important that each person feels like they're valuable and that they fit and that we're going to work this through together. And I think that's kind of where it started. And I changed the image. I changed the look of the company. I came from the fashion world. I didn't come, I was dancing too, but dancing's kind of my fun passion. And I do it competitively because I'm a very competitive person. But I came from the fashion world and the advertising marketing world, and that's where I love being. I love that challenge in the game that you play in order to understand who your customer is and what their issues are. You fill it, you find a need and you fill it. Well, with bugs are going to be around forever. Thank you for that. And how we deal with them is different, because when I started in the business, I was answering phones and I was talking to usually the wife or the mother of the household. And what I realized is that, the needs and the concerns they had were the same I have, because I'm a mother and, I don't like bugs. I just don't. I don't like to be around when people laugh when I squeal when a bee is flying around me, but I just don't like being around bugs. So the concerns that were mentioned would be, is this safe for my pets? Is this safe for my children? And of course, we want to make sure that we're taking care of the bug problem, but we're doing it the least invasive way. So we came up with alternative treatments using clean hot air or microwave or electrogun, 90,000 volts of electricity to zap them dead. And it's using Mother Nature instead of using harsh chemicals. But we do chemicals too. It just depends on the needs of the customer. And we individualize the best solution for each and every situation.
So our guest today is Sue Fries. She's known as the Termite Lady across Twitter and Instagram, and she's also a successful business woman, as you can tell. Now, Sue, as we don't really want to spend too much time just talking about how you kill bugs, because that is a fascinating show. But the thing is that you were able to rise up in a male-dominated business from what your background had been, and now you're kind of a leader in the industry out there, and you're actually doing things that nobody else did. As you said, you were building your staff. What was the thing that was the driving force for you to empower them? What was it you offered them?
I wanted to know what their dreams were. I want to know what their goals are and help them define that and then help them get there. So when a person understands that they fit and that they have a purpose, because my radio show is about this too. When I got asked to do the radio show, I was sitting down, because if I wasn't, I would have fallen down when they asked me to do the radio show. And I told them at the time I was working 16-hour days. I didn't know what I was going to talk about and what am I going to call it. And talking about it, it's been 10.5 years, Brent. I can't even believe it's been 10.5 years that I've been doing the show. And I did it live for a long time. And then I realized that I needed my Saturdays, because I was taking my Saturdays to do live shows. And I decided, no, I'm not going to do that. But during that time when I was figuring out what the show was going to be about, I just had to really dive in of what's the important, my value and my core, and it's the pursuit of passion, purpose, and connection. And so the show is about that. It's about the pursuit of passion.
All right, that's a beautiful segue, because my next question was going to be, you transitioned from just doing business into this wonderful career now of doing a show there on KKLA in Los Angeles. What had you ever done that before? Had you ever been into radio or broadcasting or TV or anything like that?
Well, with my dancing, I won a car on American Bandstand in 1978. I know it's funny, but
That's
not everybody can
cool.
say
No,
that.
no, no. That's a Saturday tradition in my house
Yeah,
when I was
it's
growing
really,
up.
yeah, those that know American Bandstand are so trained.
Yeah.
Yes. But um, when I won that car, there was a person who came up and said, "We'd like to see if you can read." And I didn't know what that meant. You know, I can read, but no, read for, scripts and
Sure.
things. And so I didn't know anything about that, but I ended up getting a SAG card, and I've done over 21 commercials without even, I mean, not trying. It's just kind of, you get an agent, and then they send you on these, I call them cattle calls. And if you have not too many freckles or not enough freckles, you don't get the commercial. Or if your smile's just not bright enough, or you just don't fit the bill. But a lot of people get so emotionally caught up, like they're not good enough, and it has nothing to do with you. It has to do with what they're looking for. And that was easy for me because I had something else I was depending on as far as my financial situation. So for me, it was just something fun and something different. And it didn't take a lot of energy for me, but I did 21 commercials. I was the Gap butt for about a year. You never saw my face, but you saw my Gap butt. And so that's kind of funny too. But anyway, so you asked the question of, did I have any experience? The only experience I had was reading scripts and doing television commercials. And you always look right in the camera and you deliver your lines and take one, take two. And I really kind of valued that I didn't take a lot of takes in order to get what they wanted.
Sure.
And so I transferred that preparation. I feel like all of the things we go through is prep for the next assignment. And so I felt like that was prepping me for radio. And I've always, in my mind, I've always thought of me being a keynote speaker, just talking on stage. And I am doing that now, not to the level in which I want to, but because of all the other responsibilities I have, it's difficult for me to take on something more. But I am being asked to, in churches and for women's groups, being asked to speak, and it's wonderful. I just get it's so rewarding to me.
Yeah.
And same with the radio, it's so rewarding. I have a gentleman that is giving me fan mail now. When I go into the radio station, I get this envelope with letters in it from this man who's listening to me from the penitentiary. And he said that I am really helping him get through a really tough time. I talk about the Lord. I talk about my personal experiences. I'm very vulnerable. I'm very transparent because I want people to understand that no matter what you're going through, you're not alone. And no matter what you're going through, there's other people that might be going through it, but they don't want people to know and be isolated. The devil doesn't want us to get help.
Yeah.
Our group of lovely a ministry of some kind. So I just feel that the things that I've gone through, whether I'm proud of or not, that when I express or expose those items for myself, it gives other people freedom to do that too. And so my show I'm very real on my show, and I'm very, I don't know, I just feel like we've gone through things. All of us have a story. And
Yeah.
I love to hear each person's story because I feel that it's healing for the person speaking their story, but also those listening.
Guys, this is Sue Fries, and she's giving you a little bit of a sneak peek of the show right there. I'm going to throw some information up on the screen right now. Sue's show is available there in the Southern California area on KKLA, but right there it is, SueFries.com, spelt like fries. She likes to say it that way, Sue Fries. And you can actually catch a lot of these online as well in a replay, but she's on Facebook at Sue Fries Show, on Instagram on the Sue Fries Show, and she's also on Twitter and on Instagram as the Termite Lady. On LinkedIn right there, Sue Fries Termite Lady. But then there it is, Sue Fries TV on YouTube. You can catch a lot of these. If you're in the LA area and you can listen to KKLA, you can actually pick up the show Saturday nights at 6 o'clock. Right there. It's recorded, but it is live. So Sue's got a great ministry and a great show. Like I said, last Saturday I was on. It's syndicated around the world, and you can pick it up, I guess, by doing a Google search. So, Sue, thank you so much for coming and being with us today. Your message and your show is awesome, and we're just excited to be able to have you on today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Have a great rest of your day. That's Sue Fries, everybody, of the Sue Fries Show, Saturday nights at 6 o'clock on KKLA and syndicated around the world. All right. Before we get out of here today, I want to give you just a little bit of direction. You know, there was a time today where I was reading myself, and I just heard something that Jesus said. He said that those who listen and understand my words more understanding will be given. And, you know, no matter what you're going through right now, the Word of God actually gives you the best understanding that you can have. Professionals are great. There is something to be said about science. There is something to be said for doctors. All of these folks, the news, they all have great words to give you. But it should never outweigh the influence of the Word of God in your life. When Jesus said, the more you listen and understand, the more understanding you'll receive. And so if you're facing things in your life today, don't just go and run to a professional. By all means do, but don't just run. Let the balance come into your life with the Word of God, because that's going to help you to understand what's for you and what you're up against even more. That's our direction for today. We hope that you'll go out and listen to Jesus' teachings and let it make an impact in your life. That's going to wrap up our show today. We're so grateful for you. Thanks for coming and being with us today. For Jody and for Luke, another great show, guys. For Sue Fries, thank you so much for coming and being on the show today. Once again, if you'd like to reach out to her, it's SueFriesShow.com. Coming up Wednesday on the program, I've got another great program for you. I've got author of a brand new book, Dr. April Ripley, is going to be with me on Wednesday, so you'll not want to miss that. We love you guys so much. Have a great rest of your day. We hope you found what you were looking for as you took the time to expand your search and stop for directions. Have a great day, everybody.
Thanks for joining us today. Connect with us on @ExpandingYourSearch on Facebook and Instagram and @ExpandingSearch on Twitter. Relive any of our episodes on YouTube. We're available wherever podcasts are found, including Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. You can also download the Direction Ministries app on iOS, Android, Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire. Take some time today to expand your search and stop for directions.